We need a path for folks to get out of these incredibly violent and overcrowded facilities. We don't just need to build them new ones. Within that funding package for the new mega prisons was a bill that would allow the use of $400 million in COVID relief funds that came to the state of Alabama as part of our American Rescue Plan allocation. Alabama got around $2.1 billion total, so this $400 million accounts for about 20% of the money we got. We've seen uses for public schooling, especially now that schools are opening back up. We have seen states where they have used these funds to sustain our incredibly overburdened hospitals. In other states, they have looked towards the nursing homes that we know were really incredibly impacted, especially at the beginning of the pandemic. What we have not seen, other than Alabama, is states using it to build prisons. It is very clearly morally reprehensible when you live in the state with one of the highest COVID death rates in the country right now, with an incredibly low vaccination rate, with rural hospitals that have closed left and right due to our lack of Medicaid expansion, to use these funds for anything else other than the relief that our communities need. We have one of the, if not the lowest vaccination rates. We have small businesses across the state that have suffered for the last 18 months. We have nursing homes that are crying out for this kind of assistance, and this money is going to none of those places. They are incredibly overcrowded. They are incredibly understaffed. People are in grave danger all of the time inside of these facilities. There is a huge list of things that Alabama could do to address the issues with its criminal legal system. We are out of line with our southern neighbors when you look at our sentencing laws, particularly regarding theft of property and drug sentencing. Alabama's parole system is broken. At this point, the parole board, some days they deny 100% of people who are in front of them who are eligible for parole. And in those numbers, we see some pretty grave and stark racial disparities. There is a real opportunity to redefine crimes of violence in Alabama. Our list is really long. It's much longer than the federal government's list, much longer than other states' lists, and includes convictions that have nothing to do with physical harm. We know that new prison facilities will not keep us safe. They won't keep incarcerated people safe, and they won't keep people who are not incarcerated safe. If you live in Alabama, please call your state legislator, your representative, and your senator. Tell them that real criminal legal reform must happen, that Alabama's prisons are in crisis, that we need to look towards decarceration, we need to have real opportunities for parole, and we need to stop the flow of people into these facilities. And then if you don't live in Alabama, you want to make sure that this doesn't happen with your state's ARP funds. Call your member of Congress. Let them know what's happening here in Alabama. We know it's not the spirit of the funds, but we need someone in charge of it to say it's not allowable.